Well, ladies and gentlemen, good evening, hello, and you are watching ESL UK. It is the Battlefield 4 Open, as sponsored and powered by Razer, and it is myself, Chadman, and Dogbert bringing you all the action from tonight's matches. Good evening, Mr. Dogbert.
Good evening, Chad. How are you?
I am not too bad. I'm not too bad. Looking forward to some good matches tonight. I do believe we have got 2Fast4Jesus, which is just a fantastic name, versus Dignitas.
Indeed, and obviously both of these teams using two UK guys, as that is the requirement to join in this league. So
I recognise one of those.
Yeah, I thought you might. So MVC, obviously from other games in Dignitas, kind of a video editor for us right now, but also a caster on games like Quake Live and Team Fortress, I think.
And Tribes Ascend as well.
Tribes Ascend as well, yes. So he's well-travelled in the casting world, but also quite a well-rounded FPS gamer. So he's been subbing in. He did okay yesterday, you know, getting used to not playing the game and God knows how long. And obviously they've got Hanzilla as well, and he's another UK guy. So, yeah, and usually building their lineup around Jerk and Frantic, but they also had Giggly in yesterday, I believe. So
nice.
I don't know who their fifth is going to be, but you know, probably Warburg or Giggly. And yeah, I mean that is pretty much a Dig lineup put together about an hour beforehand. But they did quite well. They beat 2Fast4Jesus. The only team they went down to is Infused, who were sitting there in they're sitting there waiting for a team to challenge them in the final, which will be a best of three. But so 2Fast4Jesus get a chance for some redemption, and it's going to be on Operation Locker.
Yeah, and this is obviously a map that we've seen Dignitas play quite often. I think it's fair to say that you know, up to this point they haven't really gelled with this particular map. It's never really been one of their favourites, so I think it's going to be interesting to see how they get on against the Jesus Brigade here, and see how they go. Jesus! Oh my God! Yes.
I think this map is kind of an easy one to deal with, especially if you have some new guys in the team, because to be honest, it's really just a frag-heavy map. And I think both of these teams are quite stuck together really just for this cup, so I think both of them are having those kind of issues here. So we'll see which one comes off better or worse. Giggly is going to be the last man joining in, and he will be making up that kind of core of players for Dig, being Jerk, Giggly, and Frantic. Obviously, Frantic, new pickup for Dignitas, used to play for Yorkie, and before that used to play Unreal Tournament 2004 and Shoot Mania. So that guy is a veteran of FPS gaming, and yeah, I don't know how. If you told me that someone who used to play UT like competitively would ever end up playing Battlefield 4, I'd probably laugh at you. But there you go, Frantic is here, and he's going to be playing with Dig, and a team he's played with 150 times before.
Indeed, I wouldn't laugh so quickly, because I do believe somebody else who plays Battlefield 4 who used to play Unreal Tournament is Red Eye. And
Indeed,
he has jumped onto Battlefield 4 more than one occasion, so it's not outside of the realms of possibility.
He's a bigger rank than me as well, but let's be honest, Red Eye wasn't really that good at Unreal Tournament. He might say he is, but I don't think so.
Do you think it was clever editing and things like that, you know, to make him appear more skilled? Yeah, I know.
Well, I never saw the actual evidence of this skill.
I saw the evidence of the skill at one of the lands, at LAN 42, and I can't deny he definitely had ability.
Oh, okay, I'll take your word for it. But generally, I think he's just saying it to sound like he's one of the pros, one of the boys.
Oh, really? Okay, all right. Well, I'll let you fight that out with him when you see him next time. So I think everyone is getting ready to go. And
we were until there was a drop. 2Fast4Jesus. One has been called up to heaven, and we're going to have to wait for his resurrection before we can.
This is going to be a minefield of religiosity, this, isn't it? It's just going to be absolute nightmare, really, for us. So it's
going to be religious.
Religious, yes, indeed. It is, yes. Oh, dear.
Man, I'm on fire already.
That could also be arranged as well.
I don't think that happened. I think that's self-emulation. I think it's Buddhism, isn't it?
Oh, God.
I mean,
no, that's actually technically burning at the stake, but, you know, it's just a cheap way of barbecue, I suppose. But never mind. you know. Anyway, that aside, obviously, moving away from the lightness and brevity of religious-based execution and moving back to Battlefield, it's going to be interesting to see how both these teams get on. Now, obviously, you and I have seen this map played so many times. We've seen A and B pretty much being one of the main focuses, with C, everybody popping out there occasionally just to sort of try and take that point. And we've had a lot of focus around that A point. Pretty much every map we've seen, Dogbert.
Yeah, definitely. It's just one of those maps that really has those focal points more than a few others. So yeah, you will see usually a quick capture on that B, and then a sort of squad going out to C, an easy capture for one, but a one that's kind of very precarious because of like the hill positioning. So you will see Dignitas probably capturing C unless they decide not to go for it, which can happen. Some tactics do enjoy the idea of just like rushing A or just trying to just hold out that C for as long as possible. But it'll be an interesting one. I wouldn't be too surprised if 2Fast4Jesus here try and just bomb rush that B flag and just send one guy out to C.
That's exactly what I've seen Fnatic do on this particular map.
Yeah, a lot of teams like to do it.
But also, I've also seen them pull out from B, hold, wait until they've decided where a large majority of the forces are actually being committed, and then go for the other point. So it's going to be interesting. And let's see as the teams decide to roll out. So you can see, obviously, you've got 2Fast in the red near the A point, and you're going to have Dignitas and friends over by the right-hand side on the blue. And you can see already they're taking the A point pretty aggressively, and it looks like Dignitas are being very careful. Let's see if we can find out what Brosiv is up to, as he's looks like he's trying to take one of the guys out in the back as he makes his way out towards that particular area. And there we go, that was just MVC being taken down by Brosiv in a nasty little ambush position. The Giggly also being finished off as he's trying to make his way in through those metal detectors. So it looks like we've got Dignitas Jerk. Oh, Dignitas Jerk with a nice couple of picks up by the C point. He's taken them off those rocks. 2Fast4Jesus and Laguna, so that means that they're actually going to have an opportunity for a back rage, and maybe Jerk might sort of hang around the area, but this is an opportunity for them to push into the A point, which is exactly what they're doing right now, Dogbert.
Yeah, it's Hanzela sitting at the back here at B. The only man that can frustrate this push on B. He goes down. You can see Razer gets taken down. This is pretty good for Dig. They've swapped around. They've got the A and the C, but they need to just get their rotations kind of solid here. They need to work out where that pressure's coming. It's out at C, and Jerk's got one kill already. If he can make this a second, he's going to be able to hold down the defense. Spawns are coming in on him, and this is looking good for Dignitas. They've got that A flag well and truly held down, and they do have plenty of spawns now over at that C flag, but they need to be careful, keep themselves alive, and just finish off that capture. That was a beautiful kill from Hanzilla there, finishing off the capture of that C flag. And man, this is looking good for Dig now. They just need to keep this going.
Yeah, the only drawback now is you can see that Hanzilla, pretty much the last man left standing. He's not standing anymore. C point will change over to the likes of 2Fast. And now you've obviously got Frantic, who's going to be sniffing around. And a little bit of a spawn nearby these guys means that they can actually then start pushing back on towards that B point. Maybe see if they can get a B and an A hold to try and push against those guys. But immediately, as soon as that happens, XTS Laguna starts moving in, runs into Hanzilla, and they trade in one of the doorways. So that's going to be a very important moment as far as they're concerned. The Drasters will start moving up towards the A point, and it looks like the members of Dignitas are actually going to secure that B point and settle down for an A-B hold. But as you can see, Hanzilla being air conditioned as he's trying to defend that A point, this is going to be the primary defense right now. The team's going to rotate round to move in towards the A point, as Giggly seems to be the last man standing, and pretty much Billy no mates right now.
Yeah, solid defense here from Dig. Liking their rotations. Everything's working quite well for them here. A few kills are definitely going 2Fast4Jesus' way, but they're not getting it where they need, and that B defense was pretty damn solid. Giggly pulling in the big kills, and so did Jerk there as well. And this is just looking really good for them. They are going to lose this B flag, but they are pretty much open on this C. You can see the rotations coming in here for the defense, but this is a solid position for Dig. I mean, the bleed is against them, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a spawn not far from now, but will come in behind that B flag, and you can see but 2Fast4Jesus are already expecting it, and that's why they're keeping Spanner all the way far back at B.
Yeah, that's exactly the kind of thing that we've seen many a team do. And the trouble is now Spanner's kind of isolated where he is, and it's going to be a bit of a problem because he's going to have to do a one-man solo job. But he's got Adrastus moving up, and Adrastus has actually assisted in that spawn to then actually spawn onto MVC. Now this is going to be Giggly pretty much defensing him by himself, doing the defense work. And you can see the nades going out, another double kill. Lovely shot coming in there from Giggly. Fantastic play. And now he's pushing the advantage to see if he can actually get those guys to back off. And it looks like MVC's just spawned on him and can now move down and start putting more pressure onto the B point, which is what you're going to see. XDS, XDS takes down MVC just in the corner, and then they can then start pushing up towards the A point. But I'm seeing a reasonably good defense here. A 5-man push, split into a 3-2 possibly, and you can see the members of Dignitas, taking down XTS Brosiv as well there with the Ace 23 as he's actually out in the open, so a very good opportunistic kill. And there's Frantic Spanner also being taken down as well, so very, very good moment there as far as Dignitas were concerned. Now the trouble is, unfortunately, because they didn't have anybody back far enough to the B point, they weren't able to stop spawns behind the B dog, but...
Yeah, but that's fine for them. I mean, considering they're holding us A and C, Frantic there, just being that aggressive forward player, getting a kill. This opens up the B flag. You can see the rotations now back for 2Fast4Jesus trying to scramble to find out where that pressure is. And Giggly and MVC just holding down that A flag. And I think even the revives are coming to come in, so that's brilliant for Dig. But the problem for them is middle of the map right now. They have no real control of it, and 2Fast4Jesus can exploit this to go round the back of C or round the back of A, depending on which one they're more patient to go for.
Yeah, now you can see that Hanzilla's guarding the C. Jerk, almost as if Hanzilla's acting as the anchor. And it looks like MVC may run into a little bit of trouble. There we go. He just got surprised by two members of 2Fast. And now it looks like the Dignitas team are starting to settle down to a 2, possibly 3-man defense of the A point. And you've obviously got Hanzilla over there. So this is the kind of thing that we like to see from a lot of Battlefield teams. The settling down for a nice little... ticket bleed, so to speak. That was very unfortunate. This is going to be a problem. It's going to be the one-man defensive army Giggly. He's going to be trying to defend that point, hurling bullets and explosions coming in there. And look at that. He then finally gets taken down. But unfortunately, the time it took them to actually start to push in towards that point means that pretty much now Frantic and MVC have actually managed to get into that point and actually able to start to push back against that defensive position. And this is unfortunately time that 2Fast4Jesus cannot afford.
Yeah, not at all. And Jerk, probably a bit of an unsung hero in that defence. Brilliant crossfires from the top of the tunnel, really just pinning down that push on A. And you can see Frantic here.
Look at Jerk's spawn.
A 2-man push. Yeah, he's going to get a good one because the forward push here for 2Fast is so much like aggression on that A flag. So it was a matter of time for a spawn to come on B. And now they have to make something big here. They need to get both flags, and that's what they're going for. They'll get C, no problem, but they need to win out on A. It's a 1-on-1, 2-on-1 right now. Spawns are coming in. Frantic and MVC. Let's see if MVC can do anything right now. He is going 1 for 7, and he made that 1 for 8. I thought I'd bring it up.
You're so mean. You are so mean to him.
But
just because he wears a tea cozy.
But there you go, gets wiped out. Frantic is just doing a great job right now. Look at that, 17 for 7. This is an amazing pickup for Dig. He's just such a fragger. He does so much damage to the opposing teams. And right now, Dig are constantly holding on to this ticket bleed, and 2Fast4Jesus really don't have an answer for it.
Yeah, they're down to 44 tickets, 159, and there's not a lot of tickets to start with. So Frantic literally trying to dodge out of the way of those bodies and the bullets, I should say. And now it looks like a push coming in towards the A point. So obviously you're going to have Hanzilla, Giggly and Frantic defending that point. You've got just MVC round by the B point and Dignitas Jerk, who's sniffing around the C point. But he's going to run into Smashu, who is in a very nice camping position and takes down him as he tries to make his way out towards the C point. So a lot of pressure coming in as it looks like Frantic has been taken down. And there's Giggly, diving out of the way, but unfortunately it looks like they may have actually just lost the A point for the first time so far in this particular round. So looking pretty secure as far as Dig are concerned. Smashu is about to take a few bullets in the back at any minute, and it looks like now they've got an A and a C hold, and the bleed is against Dignitas Dogbert.
Yeah, but 2Fast4Jesus kind of finding their feet probably at the wrong time in the game. As you look at this A push right now, they just could get overrun here. They trade, but it doesn't matter. That goes all Dig's way. Giggly one-on-one over at the B flag. If he can get this, this is going to be pretty much it. But I expect spawns on Smash You very soon. There you go. And Dignitas here stuck in a conundrum. Do they just want to go ultra aggressive and just hope on the kills that they get it? Which is what that looks like they're going for. They're going to get that B probably. Or are they just going to kind of play it smart and do what you got to do? But right now, it just seems like just going ultra aggressive and getting the kills.
It's pretty much that way at the moment. So you can see here the likes of Smashu's body cooling down by the B point, and the A and the B hold settling down and essentially waiting. So you can see Hanzilla and Frantic working together at the entrance of the A, so you can see them moving out. So they've got a good crossfire combo going on between the two players, and the music is starting, and there we go, fire coming in, one goes down, Adrastus gets finished off by Hanzilla, and there we go, more fire coming in, taking down Spanner very quickly indeed, and that's pretty much a complete wipe there for those guys. And they've got a spawn behind the B. You can see just MVC starting to float back towards the B point, but like you're saying, 2 tickets remaining, it's pretty much all over, Dogbert.
Yeah, not much they can do there, and yeah, I think my game just crashed.
I think my server just crashed, yes.
Or they just restarted, I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, they just restarted it, okay.
So, I'm not even 100% sure what the ticket lead was there. 139, so that's pretty brutal in a 200 ticket game, and Dignitas really just controlled it from the get-go and didn't let go. That A flag hold from Giggly was so damn strong. Constant waves and waves of 2Fast went up there, and Giggly just shut them down every time. And more importantly, over at C, a flag which kind of hinges on, spawns quite a lot of the time, and 1 or 2 kills, and it pretty much gets taken over. Jerk, at the very beginning of the game, was sitting out there all the time, getting 2v1 kills, and really just solidifying the hold there. Frantic, obviously, raging as much as he could behind enemy lines, and Ziggy and Hans are doing what they can whenever the need arose, really. But, man, the core players from Dignitas coming up big here right now.
Yeah, it's looking that way at the moment. I'm just updating the scoreboard just so it shows
Indeed,
correctly.
So.
And it looks like we're underway.
Yeah, standard break really. 2 out for 2Fast4Jesus, trying to get a capture on that C flag. Jerk, once again, like I said, out on that C. 1-on-2 situation for him. Hanzilla, the last guy remaining in the center of the map. That all goes to 2Fast4Jesus. But look at that, Jerk picking up 1 kill out of C, so he's evened up what was a 2v1. But this is their chance to break into this A flag that they had such little success of in the last round. But look, MVC, Frantic, and Giggly all holding it down.
Ouch.
But finally, they're using it to come around the back at C for the first time in a while. That's Brosev out there.
Yeah, so we're watching the likes of Exertus Laguna. He's starting to push in. And he's, taken under fire. Massive amounts of fire coming in. But then Giggly gets shut down by Adrastus. But over in the corner is Frantic, obviously. Not to be messed with. Nice little bounce off the side of the door frame, and he's going to be looking for an opportunity to sneak up behind the enemy with an outflanking manoeuvre as Adrastus jumps through the air and gets drilled mid-air. Lovely shot coming in, and now this is Frantic's opportunity to start pushing back towards that point. Starting to push back towards the A, and now you can see them in the process of recapturing that A, putting pressure on the B, and the C point, they're pretty much all over at the moment. 2Fast are all over that point. But now you can see them starting to push in towards Dignitas Jerk, and they're pretty much in a comfortable position. They've got 3 men hosing around that area. Unfortunately, they've just lost Frantic, so we're going to be looking for another opportunity. Oh! Jerk with great reactions there. Smashu jumps down and tries to jump on his head, and unfortunately successful, and unfortunately he couldn't keep it up, as a nice combo of fire coming in from MVC brings up his teammate, and you can see more fire coming in from the likes of Smashu, and these guys are coming under a little bit of pressure right now, and you can see Jerk being finished off very quickly indeed, and they're putting pressure on that B point pretty significantly right now, Dogbert.
Yeah, but right now, 2Fast4Jesus doing quite a good job. They have got quite a bit of a lead here already, and that's just because they've held this ticket lead the whole way through. And Frantic here trying to pick off spawns are coming in all over. Smash You up and Andreas. And if these guys get finished off here, this B flag is going to go over. Ziggy goes down to Andreas. It's Smash You still up. More spawns are coming in. Man, 2Fast are putting so much emphasis on this B flag. They got to get it. It's just Frantic left by himself. He's going to have to go down. There's so many people. How is this guy still alive? I have no... Ziggy spawns in now. I don't think Ziggy's going to last too long, or is he? I don't know. And there you go. Ziggy goes down because shoot menu players ain't too good.
You are so mean to Ziggy.
He loves it, really. But Dignitas now really need to get a hold onto that C flag and keep their defense on A. But right now, 2Fast are doing a great job here, and Dignitas may be getting a bit too complacent.
Yeah, now you can see, obviously, it looks like Frantic is starting to move out of the A point. They're going to run into the likes of Spanner. Spanner getting very well air conditioning. They brought down Frantic, and now this is an opportunity for MVC starting to move up and see if he can actually get in there and move in towards that B point, see if he can actually capture that. So we're watching as MVC is moving around the B point. He's going to have Frantic Spanner after him. We've got Dignitas Jerk currently doing his best ticket booth lady impression, and he's waiting. He's very patient, Jerk, I noticed. Very patient. Will wait for the shot until he knows he can actually get it. So it's good to see that the AB hold is continuing to work well here for Dignitas with 173 tickets to 131. So they've got about 40 tickets to play with, Dogbert, until such times as it's pretty much all over for 2Fast4Jesus.
Yeah, and you can see now Dignitas knowing they're probably going to lose this B flag, so they're slowly peeking out onto C, probably expecting it to be better defended. I think Jerk just pre-fired. It's going to be Andreas as the only defender at C. He's got a key role here. He needs to get this kill, but he gets taken down by Jerk, I think, or it might have been Hanzilla, but that pretty much opens this up for Dignitas, giving them a chance to hold the fabled A and C, but they're also pressuring B at the same time. Dig are just going on the offensive here.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing right now as Frantic manages to get taken down by the ticket booth. And there we go, MVC killing Spanner and managing to try and, or at least try and stay alive around the B point. And it looks like Adrastus has now managed to take out two members of Dignitas as they were trying to hold that B point. So look at that though, a three-man wipe outside of the A point by a combination of Frantic, and there's a fourth man going down as well. Wow, that's really not good for the members of 2Fast4Jesus, and it's not looking good for them right now, as you can see the tickets really starting to bleed away very quickly. You've got two guys from Dignitas who are outside by the C point to essentially pen these two guys in between the A and the C hold, and that's essentially what they're doing now as MVC managing to take out Laguna. He then quickly got revived, and you've also got Frantic Spanner going up against another member of Dignitas. That's Frantic doing a great job there right now. And just let's see, look at that 12 and 8 Dogbert. That is just brutal. Where did you find this guy?
He's always been around us. Where did he find us, if anything? But Giggly, seriously, been putting down solid performance in this game, holding down that A flag whenever he's got a hold of it, and that would be it. Dignitas going into the final against Infused, looking for some revenge for their previous loss on Goldman Railway, which was quite a devastating one as well. But yeah, what are you going to say, except from a pretty solid performance?
Absolutely. Now, one thing I did notice a lot about Giggly is when he was doing the defence at the A point, he would actually start. He wouldn't be peeking. He would just be standing behind the column, waiting for the enemy to expose themselves, if you pardon the expression, to the fire, so that he could basically take them out as quickly as possible. So it was good to see a bit of smart play there being done by Giggly.
Yeah, he did a really good job on that flag. Really made it his home, and really punished every attacker on it. So what are you going to say, except from A is now it's his flag, really.
Home of the Giggly, yes indeed.
Home of the Giggly.
Okay, right, so I think we're on to the final, which I do believe is a best of three.
Yeah, it will be a best of three. Obviously, Infused already start with one map advantage, so Dignitas have to win 2. Infused only have to win 1, I believe. So, are Infused going to make it a short night? We'll have to wait and see. But Dignitas, they could cause Infused some problems if they play like that, especially if their core players bring in the kills like they did in the previous one. I would not be too surprised if they could pull away with a victory here.
Sounds good to me. Right, we'll be getting onto the server and then we'll be underway with the final, guys. So stay tuned. You're listening to Chadman and Dogbert. We'll be right back.